I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce our congressman who was just reelected, and congratulations, Salud Carbajal.
Thank you all for coming to this significant and important announcement. First, I want to recognize a few people in the audience. There's so many of you that deserve recognition, so if I miss you, please forgive me. Goleta City Council member James Kiriakos, whose district this post office is in. Santa Barbara City Council member Eric Friedman. Santa Barbara County Undersheriff Craig Bonner. Military Order of World Wars Colonel George Woolsey. And Chapter Commander Brigadier General Fred Lopez. Santa Barbara Chapter of the VFW Post 1649 Post Commander Dieter John DuPont. And I know there's many of you out there that deserve recognition as well, so forgive me for not having you in front of me here. Monday marks the 70th year that our nation has officially marked Veterans Day as a national holiday. Prior to 1954, our nation had observed Armistice Day and other versions of recognition for our veterans. And while a lot has changed in our nation over the past 70 years, the essential nature of this National Day of observance has not. Every November, we gather to recognize, thank, and pay tribute to the important and most essential service that our veterans have done for our nation. Wearing the stars and stripes and carrying the weight of our democracy on their shoulders, veterans of our armed services have put their country and its values above themselves. They have put their lives on the line. Their families have shared their loved ones with their critical missions, and all have sacrificed to keep our country safe and strong. To the more than 28,000 veterans living on the Central Coast, myself included, Veterans Day can be a complicated day. It is a day to remember those we served alongside, those who are no longer with us, those who paid the ultimate price. Veterans all have their stories of service, all sacrificed for our country and sacrificed with their families. I know that our honoree today is one of those veterans that wields humility with more than 30 years of decorated service in our United States Marine Corps. Yeah. All right. Brigadier General Lopez of Goleta, California, embodies the service that we honor with nationwide commemorations like Veterans Day. A native of Santa Barbara County, General Lopez worked hard from his early days at Lompoc High School through earning a mathematics degree up the road at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Upon graduation, he joined the United States Marine Corps in 1967. Soon after shipping overseas to join the Vietnam War for multiple tours of duty as a platoon commander, his service there earned him both a Bronze Star and Combat Action Ribbon, as well as the respect and admiration of Marines he served with. Over his 30 years of active and reserve duty, General Lopez served in a number of critical leadership roles, including company commander of the Air Naval Gunfire Liaison Company, commanding general for the 4th Marine Division, Deputy Commanding General of the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force. He is a distinguished graduate of the NATO Officers Joint Warfare Course, the Naval War College Strategy and Policy Course, the Armed Forces War College National Security Course, the Senior Reserve Components Officers course at the U.S. Army War College, and 5 other professional military schools, as well as holding a master's degree from West Coast University. And prior to his retirement in 1998, his service earned him the Distinguished Service Medal, Navy Commendation Medal, National Defense Service Medal, and many other accolades. Not bad for a kid from the Central Coast. And so in recognition of that service and the work he has done to support his fellow veterans in the 24 years since his retirement from the Corps, I am proud to unveil my new effort to rename the United States Post Office on Patterson Avenue in Goleta, the Brigadier General Frederick R. Lopez Post Office Building. This act of Congress is already endorsed by 2/3 of California's congressional delegation, and it will be my honor to push this bipartisan bill to become General Lopez's service beyond worthy of recognition by Congress in our communities. By this renaming, it's not just about putting a name on the plaque. General Lopez also deserves to have his decades of service acknowledged by our own communities in a way that will inspire others. If putting his name on this federal building inspires one person to learn more about him and his service and be inspired to serve themselves, that will be a validation of this effort. And I have no doubt that that will happen. Take it from another kid from the Central Coast who was inspired by the public service of others to join the Marine Corps and serve our country. Brigadier General Lopez is the best of us, and his leadership will inspire others to continue in his footsteps for years and decades to come, serving our nation and the military families of the Central Coast. A personal point of privilege, as a Latino Hispanic, I am proud to say that Hispanics have served in every conflict defending our country since the founding fathers. And to date, over 20% of the U.S. military is represented by Hispanics. Over 8% of our veterans in the United States are Hispanics. The United States Marine Corps has the highest representation of Hispanics. I share that because I think it's important to also understand the contributions that all the groups that make up our country continue to contribute. It is my honor to be a small part of cementing his story for those to come. I also want to honor his wife, Ann, and his family for their sacrifice in supporting his service over the many years and all that he has done for our country. It is with that my great honor to be able to present this bill to honor General Lopez for years to come and future generations to acknowledge. And with that, I'm trying to see, we're gonna have the council member from the city of Goleta, whose district this post office will be. James Kiriakos.
Thank you, Salud. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. On behalf of Mayor Prodi and the entire City Council, we so look forward to seeing this honor given to you and seeing your name affixed to this important building in the city of Goleta. But I think it's important to note this won't be the first time that the name Frederick Lopez will be affixed to an important place in our community. I see we have Councilmember Friedman here who represents the Santa Barbara Airport. If you go out to the Santa Barbara Airport, you'll see the name Frederick Lopez, not once but twice, because General Lopez was named after Frederick P. Lopez, who gave his life serving this country and was a dear friend of General Lopez's father. So this will be the third time that the name Frederick Lopez is affixed to an important place of honor in our community. And I think that really speaks to the power of service, the power of family, the power of friendship. It's an honor to be here with both your blood family and your service family here today, and to be able to commemorate your service and to welcome a son of Goleta to permanently reside in Goleta. Thank you, and thank you for
And another point of privilege, I see Mr. Friedman is here. I'm going to invite him to say a few words. He knows General Lopez, so let's see how good he is quick on his feet. I didn't give him a heads up he was speaking.
Nice jeans.
Wasn't prepared to speak, obviously, but General Lopez and your family, this is a great honor to honor your service. And every Veterans Day, General Lopez is with many of you and us out at the cemetery, and on Memorial Day as well, to honor veterans. And he has given the keynote speech many times, and every time I learned something new about the power of service. And that's what's gonna happen when this bill passes, is that individuals are gonna come and to the post office and look, see his name, and some, like the congressman said, will look him up and see that why did he get it named after him, and they'll learn his story. And it's very powerful. And I learned something new today, is that you and I are both Lompoc High grads. So go Braves. But with that, congratulations. And I look forward to seeing most of you on Monday on Veterans Day, and seeing you there as well, General. Thank you.
And batting cleanup before the general speaks, somebody from our mother service in the Marine Corps, Lieutenant John Blankenship.
Thank you, Salud. And you took all the info about Fred already, that you've heard everything except that as a Latino general, there's only one other. Now, Fred and I and some of the people in this audience all served in Vietnam at the same time. I see that he was there in '68, and I think that was when Phil and Joe and a lot of us were there. I would say that I'm very proud to be able to be up here and introduce Fred as a Navy lieutenant 4 levels below a Marine general. Marine generals have always scared me to death. And having served with them for many years, it's a pleasure. And the only thing that Fred and I disagree on is that my beautiful San Francisco 49ers beat up on his LA Rams like a drum, except this year. So with that, Brigadier General Fred Lopez, the few, the proud.
Thank you, John. Soon to be Ensign Blankenship. You know, this is a great honor, but the notoriety is already starting. As my wife and I were walking up here today, down the sidewalk in Jennifer, we were stopped by a lady who was coming down the other way. She was here from Santa Barbara, and she says, "Oh, that is a beautiful uniform. You look great. Can I take your picture?" And I said, "Sure, glad to do that." Then she said, "You know, we had the cruise ship here yesterday. Are you the captain?" I said, "Wrong service, but call me next week and I'll see what I can do." Congressman Carbajal, distinguished guests, fellow military veterans, family and friends, thank you for being here today. I am deeply honored and sincerely humbled by the introduction of this bill in the United States House of Representatives by Congressman and fellow Marine Salud Carbajal. In my wildest imagination, I would have never thought that my name could be on the front of a hometown United States post office. What could I have ever done to rate this honor? For me, the answer is simple in theory, but hard in execution. To honorably and proudly serve my country in the best way possible and treat those around me with respect and gratitude. We moved back to Santa Barbara in 1978, and I'm proud to say that this has been our home for the past 46 years. But our roots go back farther than that. I was born here, went to K through 3rd grade at Hope School, and San Roque Catholic School with my brothers and sister. My mom and dad grew up and went to school here. My mom, Alice Lopez, graduated from Santa Barbara High. My uncle, Alex Bravo, was an all-star football player for the Santa Barbara Dons and went on to play for Cal Poly, the LA Rams, and the Oakland Raiders. Like Mr. Karaoke said, the name of the road in front of the former Goleta Drive-In, Frederick Lopez Road, is no coincidence. Captain Frederick Lopez, the Santa Barbara son, was a combat engineer in the United States Army in World War II and was killed in Luxembourg in April of 1945, 1 month before the war ended. He was my dad's best friend through grade school and high school, and I was named after him when I was born, a short 2 months later. My mother-in-law, Virginia Gallantly, a wonderful woman, was a student at Santa Barbara College of University of California, now known as UCSB. My daughter Jennifer now teaches there. Our family's history is inexorably linked to Santa Barbara. I want to express my deepest appreciation to Congressman Carbajal for this honor. To my wife Ann, daughters Jennifer and Jamie, and grandson Ryan, for their never-ending love and support along this journey. They are the best to me, and I am so thankful for them making life better for me in every way. To my Marines and all I served with, they made me better than I imagined I could be. To my fellow military veterans, for allowing me to be part of this universal fraternity of men and women who represent duty, honor, courage, sacrifice, and patriotism. Their everyday acts inspire us to reach beyond our limits. To God for the boundless blessings He has given me. Thank you, and may God bless the land that I love, the United States of America.
Over the years, General Lopez has been one of my role models. And for me, I'm just ecstatic that I'm able to do this because he represents the best of the best. This is step one. We're gonna have another big ceremony when we cut the ribbon. And so I really wanna thank all of you that came out, friends, family, colleagues, fellow military, veterans, law enforcement, public safety, everybody who's here commemorating this key moment as we move forward to get this over the finish line and cut that ribbon. General Lopez, congratulations. We couldn't think of a better person to name that post office after. Thank you for your service. Thank you for just being the awesome guy that you are. Devil dog. Leatherneck. Tufon Hunden, we know what that is. Congratulations.